Quit your job. Drop out of school. Live life on your own terms. Could be words to inspire you to be the best version of yourself. Or words to lead you to make one bad decision that will ruin your life forever. In most cases, it's the latter.
Yes, everybody can be rich.
What is the best financial advice you've ever received?
Invest in assets, not liabilities.
And if you could give them one piece of advice on creating financial freedom, from your perspective, what would that be?
Everybody on this stream could be a billionaire.
Exactly what we did to get out of the rat race of life and become financially free.
The phrase, escape the rat race, is one you must have heard before, if not a lot of times, and most times is often said to be easy. Living life in an endless loop of paycheck to paycheck is an entrapment of a lifetime. Therefore, hearing the words financial freedom is like a rush of dopamine, an expectation of something greater, something to look forward to, something to chase. But what if that freedom you seek is nothing more than an illusion to a more devious trap, one even worse than the rat race, one where you lose a lot more and gain nothing? Picture yourself lounging on a beach at sunset, with a cool drink in hand. You feel completely relaxed, surrounded by nature's calm beauty. But then you received a notification from your bank. A large amount of money just left your account, and more money keeps leaving. Usually, taking a vacation needs planning and funds, but you didn't plan for it. A lot of bad things have happened recently, and you needed a getaway from all of it. Seeing all these alerts, you felt nothing but more stress and anxiety. You can't go back to relaxing, because the amount of money you've just spent is greater than all your revenue sources put together. You remember that you still have your monthly mortgages to pay, insurance payments, and student loans, bills upon bills waiting for you back at home. This stress was exactly what you wanted to avoid, what you wanted to get away from. You need another distraction. The scenery from the beach isn't helping anymore. You pick up your phone again, this time looking for something to ease your mind. That's when you saw it. A post telling you your problem has a solution. You don't need to worry anymore. All your troubles will be sorted in a twinkle of an eye. Coupled with all these, this is something you can easily get access to. First, you are shown what it's like to live a life of financial freedom, a life of pleasure and happiness. The cars, the houses, the yacht. This is something you crave for. These few minutes are like a walk in the Museum of Wealth, pure ecstasy. Then there's an invitation for you. Just like that, you get sucked into the rabbit hole of wealth, power, and freedom without seeing the massive trap in front of you. The promise of financial freedom is something that will never be out of time and place. The promise of being the best version of yourself by the beginning of a new year. It has become a trend. If you've been seeking financial freedom for a long time, like I was, you would see it too. It always starts from the last months of a previous year into the new months of the next. And most of these videos or posts keep saying the same thing over and over again.
My advice to make 2025 the best year,
because 2025 will be the year
become completely unrecognizable
to even your friends and family
within the next 90 days.
This isn't theory or fluff.
E-lessons that I would...
There's 4 steps,
especially at the end of the year.
It's beautiful!
But the reality is far from this. They promise that if you follow just a few simple steps, you can completely change who you are to the point that your family won't even recognize you. While it's possible to make small improvements in your life, transforming yourself completely is unrealistic. But just know this, if you are waiting for someone's advice to be better or rich, you are not ready to do anything. I mean, their entire page is dedicated to this shit. How much advice do they possibly have? They should just write a book and call it The Million Things I Learned in My 20s. Oh, what am I saying? Most of them have already done that. A piece of advice: you can't get to where they are now if you didn't do what they did, including the mistakes. So stop finding ways to avoid mistakes and learn from them. My motto has always been, start doing something. If you get stuck, you can always Google the solution.
You sound just like one of them.
Once you start chasing financial freedom, two things can happen. It's either you realize numerous things about yourself and the world around you, or you become so blind and out of touch with reality, you fall into this fantasy world where you become a prey in the eyes of scammers. This fantasy world is usually where a lot of people go, all in the name of grind and hustle. You won't see life as something worth living anymore, because everything will seem like a means to make money. Not to talk about the mental toll this mindset can have on you, a world where you can't distinguish between business opportunities and business threats. All you see is a risk that needs to be taken, because it is said that all businessmen are risk takers, but making pointless investments just shows that you are not fit for business. With the rise of this hunger for financial freedom, everything will seem like a legitimate business opportunity. And once you fall into this rabbit hole, there's no coming out. This rabbit hole will lead you to different pathways because there's no one way to financial freedom. Therefore, two different pathways can be taken together, which can lead you to your desired destination. A traditional path to financial freedom is getting a job, living frugally and making investments, which, in reality, might not be the best path to take since it's long and tedious. Most regular people follow this path, but at the same time, if you want to take trips as you please, this might not be the path for you. This type of life, according to some individuals, is known as
the Matrix.
The Matrix! See the Matrix, I'm from the inside and I see what
theories thrown my way.
What is the Matrix? Good question.
Depending on wages and living frugally to invest is like giving into
the Matrix
and wasting your potential. Without a doubt, there is some truth to this. The real and nominal value of the federal minimum wage in the United States from 1938 to 2024 has reduced significantly by 40%. For example, in 1970, the minimum wage was $1.60, but when expressed in nominal 2024 dollars, it increases to $13.05. Compare this to the recent minimum wage of $7.52. Therefore, depending only on your salary to be financially free isn't the right path to follow. So what exactly do these individuals suggest you do if you want to be financially free? This is the next big thing and has been on the rise since 2017. A way to make money with little to no work, and this path comes in different shapes and forms. Dropshipping, affiliate marketing, blogging, digital products, SMMA, Etsy store, AI, and so many more. Any of them have the potential to make you tens, hundreds, or even thousands of dollars every month. This is the biggest opportunity you have ever come across. Now, all you have to do is pick one, put in a little upfront work, sit back, relax, and have a taste of luxury. Financial freedom is all yours if you just start. Right? But there's something wrong with this path. Potholes in the dark were things I had to find out the harsh way. These passive incomes aren't inherently passive at all. Most of them require a lot of your time, money, and skills. Let's take affiliate marketing, which involves promoting another company's products or services and earning a commission for each sale. But right now it has become oversaturated with low-value content and spammy promotions. To succeed, you need to reach out to as many people as you can, earn their trust, pitch your sales idea, and hope they buy from you. And sometimes most of the affiliate programs offer pennies as commissions. Or dropshipping, which faces issues like poor product quality, long shipping times, and intense competition. The reliance on suppliers leaves sellers vulnerable to stock or quality issues. Or even SMMA, which involves managing social media accounts or ad campaigns for businesses in exchange for a fee. But most businesses often prefer experienced marketers over random agency owners. Some of these passive income streams require subscriptions to certain apps, payment of ads, and continuous updates. It's just a lot of work, but something is still missing. A piece of the puzzle to your life of freedom. Something that will put you on easy mode with any of the income streams you pick. And luckily, there are some individuals that are willing to give it to you. But at a cost. There's one reason you found those side hustles a bit overwhelming. That is because you didn't have a guide, someone to show you the way things are being done. Doing things on your own is good and all, but following a proven system will surely put you on the top of the game. This proven system got them to where they are now, driving a luxurious car, living in a mansion, being their own boss. Therefore, this must be something that works for you. This might not be the first time you've heard of the tale of fake gurus, but they have been existing for a long time. One of the earliest examples is Napoleon Hill, the author of Think and Grow Rich in 1937. While his book is widely credited with inspiring generations of gurus today, what exactly gave him so much credibility? Well, is the fact that he interviewed Andrew Carnegie, the richest man in the world in the 1900s, coupled with over 200 other successful people. This was the story he sold behind his book, which was a belated lie. If you met the richest guy in the world and wrote a book about your meeting, I'm sure you will want that guy to read it first. But no, Mr. Hill waited till Andrew died before publishing his book. There was no evidence of this guy meeting Andrew at all.
The truth about Napoleon Hill is that he lied about who he was talking to. He lied about who he was being mentored by. He invented wild claims. He invented the first MLM. I don't know if that's the first MLM, but it's one of the first MLMs ever. He invented a course. Like every move that you see of the modern guru, it's all taken from Napoleon Hill.
I first heard Andrew Carnegie describe this natural law, which makes it possible for you and I and everyone else to write his own price tag in life and attain it.
You're lying. Why are you lying to me?
Only because you wanted me to.
Napoleon Hill reincarnated as the "here in my garage" guy, Tai Lopez, who popularized this trend around 2014 to 2015. The format is simple. Step 1. Showcase your fancy stuff or say big numbers.
This new Lamborghini here.
Am I going to drive my Lamborghini Storado or my Porsche GT3?
So we did $16 million, dropped all the profits into crypto.
I built 19 companies and invested in 78 startups.
With an F-53 and a McLaren and a Lambo and an Aston Martin.
That's how I generated over $50,000 a week.
Step 2. Tell a sad story about yourself.
This is the story of how I went from a broke kid literally living off.
In 2016, I was waiting tables at the beginning.
So my very earliest memory as a human is instability.
I just hate me. I hate me. Real dad was alcoholic, abusive, a runaway.
I would tell people about my dad like he was still in my life.
Not just blaming dad for dying anymore.
My parents divorced when I was 16 years old.
Step 3 is a little motivation. Don't forget to say, anyone can do it too.
You can do it.
I'm here to support you. I want to see you on this jet with us next time.
I promise you, you're going to become completely unrecognizable.
That everybody on this stream could be a billionaire.
The only way to truly get rich is to break the system in some degree.
Anyone with a lick of sense can do this.
And you can totally do it. You love Getsu. Right now. You love Getsu. He made it. You just don't know it.
And the last and final hit. Talk about your proven system. Hype it up and insert in some fake testimony and interviews.
System. And then I finally developed a system.
Pretty easy to do if you just follow my system.
And I'll teach you how. You see.
Take you on a journey with me. Listen.
Hustlers University. Welcome to the metaverse. Inject it into your brain. You can skip university, you can buy my program, and I guarantee you will know everything you need to know.
This is your get-rich-quick sales pitch. But once you have that urge of financial freedom, you will not notice this format. All you will think is how big this opportunity is. Once you purchase the book or course or coaching program, although most people don't notice it right away, but you will find out that most of the information found in them is just basic knowledge that can be found for free online or in business textbooks, or it's just straight out bullshit. With proper investigation, you would realize that most of our teachers here, in fact, do not make their money by practicing what they teach, but by selling these courses to vulnerable people.
Well, in one of your YouTube videos, you actually said that you're currently $600 million in debt. No?
$1.2 billion.
This is a financial expert who teaches you business and how to make money. I might not understand, or will someone explain this to me? Aren't we supposed to get out of debt, not accumulate more? And we still have people here who say this. What does this even mean? These gurus promote their proven system that can help you escape the rat race, but there is something about this rat race you don't understand and why it is greatly misinterpreted. In 2017, Steve Cutts dropped a video titled Happiness. It was an interesting animation of life in general and how most people go about their day. But one of the main takeaways from this animation is this. The trap at the end signifies the routine of thousands of people working a 9-to-5. But that is not the meaning of the rat race at all. The exact origins of the term rat race as a metaphor are unclear, but its use to critique the endless pursuit of wealth and success emerged in the mid-20th century. The phrase likely evolved from the imagery of lab rats running in mazes or wheels, symbolizing pointless, repetitive activity. Chasing financial freedom or wealth is exactly what it means to be trapped in a rat race. George Orwell, a British journalist and critic, describes it as the futility and despair of living in a materialistic society. Coming back to Steve Cutts' animation, many failed to notice how this character was chasing money the entire time before getting trapped in a 9-to-5. If you are obsessed with money or wealth, there is no difference between you and him. Can't you see the similarities? At the sight of money or an opportunity, he runs in. There is no thought or sign of contentment, the urge to be free of life shackles of being trapped. To get this life of freedom, you unintentionally trapped yourself in a life of working long hours. It might not be a 9-to-5, but one hellhole you create for yourself without realizing, pursuing wealth, and keeping up with society's expectations. This is the main idea of the rat race. Those gurus with enough influence can impose their interpretation on different things that, in most cases, are lies, just to secure your attention and sell their course.
You're a millionaire. Why sell a course?
Statements like, if you want to make money and be free from the rat race, you've got to take the risk. That risk being their $1,000 course.
You see these guys? Look at these guys. Look at these guys. These guys are spending 3 days with me. These guys paid $12,000 each to sit in that chair. 3 days I got to look at their ugly faces. Get to the top of that pyramid, folks. How many believe this? You're going to have to do some crazy shit.
One thing about them is that they are very good at giving motivational speeches and pushing dumb narratives. They make it seem like you're lazy for not working 16 hours a day, or weak for keeping relationships. They push their toxic hustle culture and twisted philosophical beliefs on you, while changing the truth to fit their narrative. These should not be your mentality. Side note, I would like to point out that the main focus of this animation isn't financial freedom, but the pursuit of happiness, and how joy and fulfillment has turned into a marketable commodity. This will be an interesting topic to delve into and dissect, but for another day, so subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss it. And since money, in today's world, is one of the major elements to happiness, it was also highlighted by the animator. Chasing financial freedom often starts off feeling empowering, but it can quickly turn into a stressful mental battle if approached too intensely. The constant urge to break free from money troubles can lead to ongoing anxiety when thoughts about making, saving, or investing money starts taking over your mind. This obsession creates a fear of failure, where any setback feels huge and making you doubt yourself. These financial gurus make things worse, showcasing carefully curated success stories that makes you feel like you're failing in comparison. This cycle of comparison can leave you feeling inadequate as you stack your progress against unrealistic standards. And over time, this grind leads to burnout, with you sacrificing rest, relationships, and happiness in favor of working non-stop. What's even more frustrating is how this mindset makes you miss out on the present. Life ends up feeling like a waiting game for some future moment of freedom, causing you to disconnect from the small joys and connections that really matter. Enjoying little things in life, like hobbies, makes you feel guilty. Ironically, those who do reach financial independence by chasing money develop the fear of losing it, realizing that money doesn't equal happiness. In the end, chasing financial freedom without balance and self-awareness can turn what should be a liberating goal into a stress-filled journey with feelings of emptiness. Financial freedom is living the lifestyle you want without constantly thinking about money. It's about what you want, not the lifestyle other people feed to you. Also, the best way to accumulate wealth is by legitimate work. And if you hate having a 9-to-5, you could figure out a gap in the market and fill it up. You are not supposed to chase money, but chase problems and solve them. If you solve a multi-million-dollar problem, you will get a multi-million-dollar reward for it. Money equals value. The amount of value you bring to the world is the amount you will gain. It's never about how much you work. Let's take a janitor and streamer for example. You know the janitor works 10 times more than the streamer. The streamer will make 10 times more than the janitor, because the streamer brings value, in that case, entertainment to his viewers. While the janitor can be easily replaced, we can't say the same about the streamer. Or you can just sell a course on how to do stuff.
Right idea.
The point is to figure out what you can offer that is of some value to a set of people and develop it. Find a balance between work and relationships. Don't lock yourself in a room all day and expect your sleep-deprived self to do well in a business meeting. Working 20 hours a day won't do you any good. It just gives you a really bad headache. So stop listening to these gurus and craft out a routine that will work for you. This might be harsh, but not everyone can be a billionaire. And that's why those who gets there are praised heavily for it. But also you don't need to be a billionaire to be financially free. Life has more to offer you than just money, so stop depending on it, and stop comparing yourself to these financial gurus. Some of them are unapologetic and glorified marketers. There's this technique they use to increase the value of their courses and personal brand, and it's philosophy. Philosophy is pretty much understood as the preference of critical thinking, so adding this to their portfolio gives them a little bit of credibility for their imaginary intellect. Click on the video at the end of this one to find out how. As always, if you disagree with me on this topic, I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll be seeing you on the next episode.